One of Ireland's most notorious gangland figures, Cornelius Price, known as Nelly Boy, passed away recently at the age of 41. His death on February 19, 2023, in a Welsh hospital from a brain disease was unusual for someone of his repute. He had been comatose for 16 months, rather than meeting a violent end. Price's demise has led many to consider the world a safer place, viewing him as nothing short of a barbaric psychopath. Let's explore the reasons behind his infamous reputation. Price led one of Ireland's largest regional drug gangs from his fortified compound in Gordonstown, County Meath. He was deeply embedded in the Romani community, and through his alliance with the now disabled drug lord Owen Maguire, they headed the formidable Price Maguire group. This gang was a significant force in the Irish narcotics scene, sourcing supplies from other infamous criminals, including the shadowy Mr. Big. Price's leadership saw him embroiled in the brutal Drogheda feud, a violent confrontation with gangland murderer Robbie Lawler that erupted in 2017. Known for his ruthless tactics, Price was implicated in numerous heinous acts, including directly participating in the murder of at least 4 individuals in Ireland. Stay tuned as I delve deeper into these grim occurrences later in this video. Welcome to the Pursuit of Perpetrators channel, where I unravel the veiled tales of cryptic crimes. Cornelius Price had been on the radar of Gardaí for about a decade after a shocking incident in 2013 when he rammed a van into a Garda station in Balbriggan, narrowly missing an officer. Convicted of recklessly endangering a Garda, he received a 3-year prison sentence. Despite this, Price was released on bail in January 2015 under strict conditions that he reside at a house in Clondalkin. Nevertheless, he soon concocted a scheme to return to his heavily fortified compound in Gordonstown. This compound, accessible by only a single narrow road, proved nearly impenetrable for the Gardaí. It comprised rugged houses, 20 mobile homes, and abundant scrap materials, creating an ideal sanctuary for orchestrating criminal activities. Naturally, it served as an excellent cache for illicit drugs and weapons. Eager to return to this stronghold, Price orchestrated a fake assassination attempt while seated in a car outside his designated residence in Clondalkin. The staged attack was used to successfully argue for a modification of his bail terms, allowing him to return to his compound, a place where he wielded considerable power and was surrounded by his loyal followers. Allowing Cornelius Price to return to his compound may have been one of the gravest errors by the authorities, as it was there that he began planning what would later be known as one of his most atrocious acts, the double murder of a young couple. We will delve more into that incident later in this video. The first murder attributed to Price involved Benny Whitehouse, a drug dealer who found himself with a €20,000 bounty on his head. Although they were close friends during their youth, Price's growing greed and paranoia led to a bitter rivalry over the control of drug and weapon supplies. It is believed that in September 2014, Price ordered one of the gang's numerous contract killers to assassinate Whitehouse. The killing took place just after Whitehouse had dropped his 2 daughters at school. He had just re-entered his car and was fastening his seatbelt when a gunman approached and opened fire, fatally shooting him in front of his wife. Whitehouse was a notable figure in the criminal underworld, and his brutal murder shocked many who could scarcely believe that someone would dare to target him in such a savage manner. For Cornelius Price, the murder seemed to be a display of power, and from that point, he began to exert significant influence over the regions of Louth and Meath. Then, in April 2015, merely 3 months after Price had returned to his heavily secured compound, a disturbing event unfolded. 34-year-old Willie Morn and his 21-year-old pregnant girlfriend, Anna Vaslavani, vanished. The couple had been residing in one of the caravans within Price's compound. Willie Morn struggled with drug addiction, which likely led him to the compound initially. This situation was emblematic of Price's modus operandi. He would exploit vulnerable individuals by offering them accommodation and drugs on his premises, while coercing them into criminal activities, such as concealing weapons and narcotics. However, the situation changed when Anna became pregnant, and the couple decided they wanted a different life away from the oppressive environment of the compound. Willie sought to escape and start a family elsewhere. He reached out to his mother for assistance, who was en route from the airport to the compound when Willie and Anna mysteriously vanished. They were last seen and heard from on April 14th and disappeared within an hour. The final known contact from their phones occurred at 2:57 p.m. when Anna made a distressing call to Willie's mother, during which she was heard crying out for help. From that moment, there has been no trace of them, despite thorough searches of the compound. According to Garda intelligence, it is believed they were murdered and their remains disposed of by Price's gang. Notably, at the time of their disappearance, a large fire broke out at the compound, supporting the grim theory that their bodies may have been incinerated in that blaze. Since then, Price has callously taunted the Morn family as they desperately seek further information about their son and daughter-in-law. Gardaí suspected that Price was concerned the couple might disclose information about his gang's operations, particularly that Willie was aware of Price's direct role in the Whitehouse murder and thus saw them as a liability. In a subsequent development in 2018, Price's associate, Owen Maguire, was shot multiple times at close range, an attack allegedly carried out by Robbie Lawler. This left Maguire paralysed and confined to a wheelchair, significantly intensifying the Drogheda feud. In retaliation, Lawler's brother-in-law, the well-known drug dealer Richard Carberry, was killed, with Price also believed to have been involved in this act. Despite being arch-enemies, each leading a faction in the Drogheda feud, Robbie Lawler and Price were similarly ruthless. Their enmity was evident in their repeated clashes over control of the drug trade in North Dublin. In 2018, this rivalry escalated dramatically when Price assaulted Lawler in Cork prison, an attack that required Lawler to receive nearly 30 stitches. Robbie Lawler was the main suspect in the brutal murder of 17-year-old Keane Mulready Woods in January 2020. The teenager was enticed to a property owned by one of Lawler's associates, where he was then tortured and killed. His dismembered remains were subsequently discovered across various locations. It is believed that Lawler thought Keane had provided logistical support to those responsible for Richard Carberry's murder and had ordered that Keane's head be delivered to Price's compound, knowing Price had a fondness for the young man. However, the criminals tasked with delivering this macabre parcel were deterred by the increased Garda presence. Following Keane Mulready Wood's tragic death, Price moved to the UK, where he had extensive connections within the traveller community. From his new base in the Midlands, it's thought that Price orchestrated his retaliation for Keane's murder. In April 2020, 3 months after the teenager's death, Robbie Lawler was fatally shot in Belfast. Shortly thereafter, a video surfaced showing Price celebrating Lawler's demise. According to the Gardaí, Price was a pivotal figure among 3 criminal gangs that coordinated Lawler's assassination in the Ardoyne area, having lured him there under false pretenses. After relocating to the UK, Price attempted to carve out a new role for himself as a referee for bare-knuckle boxing matches and as a mediator in criminal disputes. However, unbeknownst to him, this move attracted the attention of specialist police units. Merely 4 months after Robbie Lawler's assassination, detectives were actively tracking Price and his associates, including Gerd Dundon, aged 37, who was now using the alias Darren McLean. The Staffordshire police caught wind of a £300,000 extortion and kidnapping plot orchestrated by Price and his group against supposed rival criminals. In response, they initiated a comprehensive surveillance operation targeting this group. In July 2020, this operation culminated in the arrest of Price, Dundon, and 3 other men, all suspected of involvement in these serious criminal activities. Price was charged, but subsequently found medically unfit to stand trial after being diagnosed with a brain condition that resulted in him falling into a coma in October of the same year. After a protracted legal process, which concluded at the start of 2023, Dundon was the only individual convicted in relation to the scheme. Price's health rapidly declined, leading to a slow and painful demise. Amidst his deteriorating condition, various outlandish theories about the cause of his brain disease circulated. Some speculated that Price, given his unpopularity, might have been poisoned or suffered repeated blows to the head with a dumbbell during a prison altercation. Cornelius Price leaves behind a wife and 2 children. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this investigative rundown enlightening, do hit the like button, share it with your friends, and make sure to subscribe to the Pursuit of Perpetrators channel. Don't forget to give the bell icon a tap too, ensuring you stay updated with each new video I release. Your support means a great deal to me, and I'm eager to reconvene with you tomorrow. Until then, maintain that inquisitive spirit and never cease in your quest for truth.